Our website is called gilday.gallery, so don't hesitate to check us out on that. Also, if you'd like to be added to our guest list, please send us a note to gildaygallery@gmail.com. And we're having a nice chat and a nice conversation with one of our good friends, Rosi Ware. Rosi is obviously, as you'll be able to see and hear, from Europe, England, in fact. And I'd say Rosi is a high energy individual.
Thank you.
It's hard to keep up with Rosi, as everybody will tell you. One of her main charities is Mark House, where she has been on the...
Yes, I've been working with Mark since 2000, for 16 years.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely love working with the clients. I take them out to, well, we have community inclusion, so we go out to the movies, out to lunch, we go to all the festivals in town.
Yeah.
And we've even formed a band, which has been playing at some various places.
That's great. That's great, Nancy. But one of your other interests has been helping put together studios of Key West.
Yes, absolutely. That's the last 7 years of my life, I think. I was the board president for 6 years, and during that time, when we made the decision, big decision, to leave the old armoury on White Street and to buy our own property, which is the gorgeous property on Eden Street, Eden and Simonton.
Well, if you haven't been to Key West and seen the studios, it's a building about 10,000 square feet with a theater on the second level.
Yep.
I understand you're doing some productions and...
Absolutely. There are three floors. So the first floor is our gallery space where we have exhibitions, but not the same. I mean, it's different to what you're here as a commercial gallery. We have exhibitions of visiting artists and so on. And then, and books and books, the bookstore is in our property, which is a fabulous, fabulous independent bookstore. Then on the second floor we have the theatre, which is our performing space, where we have concerts, we have one-night acts, we have some theatre, we have unusual, not competing with the Waterfront and the Red Barn, or the normal theatres in town, but we'll have an area artist, or we'll have a stand-up comedian, or we'll have something very different. And then on the third floor we have 9 or 10 subsidised studios for local artists, and we also have 2 workshop rooms, so that the rest of us can all learn to make art of some sort or another. And one is a messy classroom where we've actually thrown paint and stuff around, and the other is a media room where we're teaching things like how to design your own website, sort of computer-aided design and that sort of stuff. So we have 2 very different workshops.
Well, 2 of our artists that we have on exhibition here in the Gilday Gallery, Nancy Tinkersley was here teaching last year and made a study of all the galleries and said she wanted to be part of ours.
Good.
We have Jean Peterson. Jean is coming from Calgary, Canada in February and is going to teach for about 3 days. I think she's going to be working on watercolor at that time, but Jean is also well known for her acrylic painting. But the things that are going on with the studios at Key West are just beyond everyone's wildest imagination.
I think it's all part of the resurgence of great art in Key West. And by art I do mean all sorts of art, visual, music, plays, written, and being right downtown now, we can be right at the centre of it. And we want to, the studios works with everybody, as you said.
Oh, yeah.
We've had some of our artists in residence. We also have 2 cottages where we have 3 or 4 artists in residence each month. And they come from all over the world, as you know.
Oh, yes.
You've met a lot of them. From Italy, from England, from Australia, or Latin America. And they come to have a month in Key West to really concentrate on whatever it is they want to do. It could be finishing a play. It could be doing a whole new style of painting. It could be taking up wood carving or something that they do for that month while they're here. And I know, yes, as I said, I know you've met a lot of our artists and residents.
Oh, yes, yes.
And some of them are now your artists.
Yes. It's been a feeder for a lot of the galleries in town to have some of the people that you had visiting and spending time on over the studios. You're not atypical of the people who retire in Key West. Although a lot of people, everybody's had kind of a career. As you scratch the surface, you find out that someone like Rosie spent a great deal of time in the advertising world. You know, she and I had a nice chat a couple months ago, and we played Who's Who of advertising that we all know together.
Absolutely, same sort of era than when we were in the big agencies like Otto Thompson, Vanessa, Ogilvy.
Some of those things.
Yeah.
But I guess your first love was the Mark House, is that right?
Well, actually, the first thing I did when I came to Key West was join the gardening club.
Oh, is that right?
I love gardening. Probably my first love is gardening. And combine that with art. So I'm trying, and we do quite a lot of stuff at the gardening club with the studios as well. I get the artists to come down. We do on-plein air painting at West Martello, which is the home of the gardening club.
Oh.
So I love getting my hands dirty.
Oh, boy. Well, as they say, Rosie does more before 11 o'clock than most people who come to Key West can do in a week. And I guess that's a...
I enjoy it, absolutely. I mean, it's fabulous. And with the weather here, you can do anything all through the year.
Yeah.
But just talk about something we're doing, which is a performance art piece at West Martello. It's partly because of my connection with the garden club and the studios. Wendy Tauscher, she owns an opera and dance company in New York. We got a grant, prestigious grant, from the NEA, the National Endowment for the Arts, for Wendy to develop and write a specific piece for the garden club, for West Martello.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And she's going to be involving a lot of local artists, dancers, singers, musicians, and she's bringing down some very famous people from Broadway, dancers and musicians. And it's going to be a very interesting piece where you're going to walk through the gardens and there'll be different things happening at different points.
Sort of vignettes in each area. Yeah.
Spot on. Absolutely.
I got you.
So that's, it's joining together all the things I love.
I know Steve is doing, our good friend, mutual friend Steve is doing an opera.
Yes.
And I guess he's got some people coming in from New York to help light it.
Yes, yeah. He's got, he's been on Agnes and Art at the studios, but he's also, a friend of his was the committee of Avenue Q.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're having a little fundraiser with the Avenue Q people at the studios, I think. It's called the studios.
That's fantastic.
There's always stuff happening.
Well, we down here in Key West seem to keep moving, and I think that keeps us feeling young and active. Yes.
Absolutely. It's something that David Cowbold said. He said, Key West is for people who still think they're 5. We still ride our bikes everywhere, so we don't have to drive.
That's it. That's a great mode of transportation here in Key West is the bicycle, and obviously I've graduated to a scooter.
Oh.
But
I'm still cycling, yeah.
Still cycling, okay.
And the weather's just so great at the moment. It's fantastic.
We've just gone through Christmas here, and everybody has been in visiting their parents, their grandparents, and
the place is full. And for New Year, it's going to be even fuller, I think.
Is that right?
Yes, yeah.
Well, what are some of the other things that you've got planned for the new year over at the studio?
Actually, we've got we have an opening or a party, I should say, next Thursday, the 5th of January. We have a retrospective of the Anne McKee Fund artists. Anne McKee was a wonderful lady here who set up a fund to give artists, struggling artists, a small stipend just to get them going.
Yes.
That was going for 25 years, I think.
Exactly.
And so she wanted to get together with the studios to have a retrospective of every artist who's had Anne McKee
grants. Oh, great.
So next Thursday will be big because it's not just physical, visual art. We have poets. We'll have musicians because it's all art encompassing. So it's going to be a big party here on the 5th. And then I think it's the first week of February where we're having the auction where we auction all of the stuff off.
Yeah, one of the major auctions for charitable auctions is the Anne McKee art auction, which a lot of the local artists donate a painting or a sculpture or something that they're working on. And
a lot of them were past recipients, so they know how much Anne McKee or the Anne McKee Fund helps them. So they give back, and they give something, as you said, to the auction to make money for the next generation coming up.
As I, just to diverge a little bit here from what we're talking about, I understand because of your interest in the garden club, I understand one of yours and your husband Jeff's projects is going to be to build a outdoor garden
Yes.
on top of the studios of Key West.
So it's bringing together all my loves. Yeah, luckily the building that we bought is an Art Deco building, so it's flat. It has this flat roof. And one of our dreams when we bought the building was to have a roof garden. Because it's three floors, I think, fourth floor, so I mean, it's the highest building in downtown Key West. So the views are phenomenal. You can literally see the whole island. You can see the sea on both sides.
Oh, that's
The top is
great.
there. So we'll have a nice little bar up there so you can watch the sunset, have a cocktail. We'll have a little stage, just a small stage, so that we can have live music or things like Little Harbour Village Music Kids.
Oh,
They're
yes.
coming to do something, or whatever. But it'll hold about 100, 150 people, and it'll be, I think it'll be a huge success. It'll be free for everybody to go up there to just enjoy the view. We can even do on-plein-air painting up there.
Oh, that's
We
great.
can have sort of different classes and get inspired by the views up there. I mean, it really is brilliant. We're only two blocks from you. So
Yeah.
we can look at you. We can have your little men, your lovely sculptures, going down the rooftop down the side of the building.
Well, you know, one of the things that Cesar Marin, who is the sculptures on those climbers, he's done that on some buildings in Dubai, and he just did it with 6-foot statues down in Texas.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So,
I think that would be cool to
Yeah.
do that from just coming from when the rooftops open and have a whole series of those guys.
yeah. Well, we're talking to some of the local hotelers, because right now one of the new hotels is thinking about putting them in their rooms, and possibly might put a couple on the outside of the building. So they're,
They're going to be everywhere.
yes.
They're fun.
Yeah.
They make you smile. I think they're just adorable.
Yeah. So we're happy today to have had Rosie with us, and we'll be having her on a regular basis as some of the new projects come. As you know, our new opening will be January 1st. We'll be doing a show called East Meets West. We'll be having artists east of the Mississippi and west of the Mississippi. We have a great deal of new art coming in from out near Santa Fe and that area and the West Coast. Texas, we have a great contributor coming from Texas. And then our Eastern Seaboard artists who have been with us on a regular basis. So don't forget to put that down in your book and save the date. It's going to be from 6 until 8:30. We'll have a live violist here adding some music. And as you know, we always have good libation at the Gilday Contemporary Gallery. So we want to thank Rosie for her time today and hope that you all can visit us on the websites and also subscribe to our mail list. We only send out mailings for new shows. We have several of our artists going to be in town this year. Jean Peterson, who I said is going to be over at the gallery from February 22nd to the 26th. She'll be visiting with us for an evening. We'll have everybody in and have a little libation. You can ask Jean all the questions in the world. She's gracious.
And she's teaching at the studios, isn't she?
Right,
Yes.
right.
That's
She'll
correct.
be talking more about watercolor over at the studio, but she is, as you know, phenomenal, yeah. And also Nancy Tinkersley, who was here last year, I think for a couple of weeks as a studio resident.
Yeah, she was a residency.
Yeah, and she'll be here in the early part of March. So don't forget, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and the rest of the social media. We'd love to see you viewing us, and we appreciate your comments, and we'd like to have you make it a regular. We're trying to do this twice a week, and we'll be having more individuals just like Rosie, who thought she was retiring when she came to Key West, as you can see.
Too much to do down here. Too much fun. It's lovely.
Thank you, Rosie. I
Thank you
appreciate
for.
it.
Thanks very much.
How much time did we?
That looked like a lot.